I'm drinking Counterculture's Guatemalan Sipicapo, just black and delicious. First, I'll start with the why a teacher, and I think didn't have the best high school experience. um, I wasn't the most motivated high school student or student in general growing up, and I wanted to be that teacher that inspired kids that were like me in high school to go out and um, get an education and learn and enjoy it.
Okay.
And as far as being an English teacher, I spent my first year of college as an art major and just found I didn't have the studio time or really the talent to be an art major, and realized I spent a lot of my time reading books when I should have been studying for my art exams, and realized I could turn that into a major. And then I had some really, really great writing professors that really gave me a passion for writing. And I thought, well, I can combine the two, and maybe I can be like those writing professors that I had and teach the next generation of writers and readers. So in Design Thinking 3, it's kind of the third year of the arc between all four of the courses, and it's preparing kids to go out into the community in the fourth section. They learn the design process, then they specialize a little bit, and now we get to put them all back together, and they get to see kind of what being in a STEM community is like, and hopefully giving back to that community and preparing them for the internship the next year. So we're doing a lot of projects that focus specifically on bettering the community and being a member of a community that is more of a service community. Well, I think it's under a broader umbrella of communication. And I think if we aren't communicating well with each other, bad things happen. And writing specifically can communicate things that we can't necessarily communicate with vocal expression. It has a deeper layer to it. And it also allows for communication between people that can't necessarily sit down face to face. I think not just writing, but English skills in general, like communication, are extremely important in STEM. I want the person building the bridge I'm going to drive my car over to be able to explain that that bridge works in a way that I can understand. So I think when we're thinking about teaching writing in a STEM course or in a design thinking course, it's really crucial that those individuals have the skills necessary to communicate with their environment and with their peers and with their customers or with their users. Knowing how to do that, I think, is a skill that a lot of STEM professionals sometimes lack. And the more STEM professionals we have that can communicate well with not only each other but with the rest of the world, I think the better. You think about Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs wasn't necessarily the strongest STEM professional with programming and things like that, but he had the communication skills to be able to sell his product. He had the communication skills to be able to explain to the user what his product was, and I think that's really important. I think the concept of building a holistic student, a student that is capable in multiple disciplines, is crucial to having them prepared for whatever they're going to do next, and having them prepared for the professional world. I got my major in English, but I consider myself a relatively tech-savvy person. I'm interested in the sciences, I'm interested in the arts, but all that learning that I do in the things I'm interested in, I have to do on my own. I didn't get that necessarily from my high school experience or my college experience. I was kind of set down this narrow track. And I think it's really important that we give our students the opportunity to be a holistic student, or a holistic person. I think some of the things we're doing in Genius Hour, like having yoga available or having crafting available during that time, is really integral into building that holistic student. And I think that applies to the STEM 3 course. I think that applies to some of the projects we're doing in there, having them do projects that they're interested in and have them learn about it. I'm by no means an expert in a coding project that one group is doing, or water filtration, but they are learning those disciplines themselves because they're interested in them. And I think that is so incredibly amazing that those kids can just go out there and find what they need. I'm really, really excited to see kind of the end products of what we're doing in our design thinking course. I'm really excited to see the projects that come out of those students, that are kind of given more or less like freedom to do what they're really excited about and really interested in. I think as far as integrating writing into STEM 3, I don't think you have to force it. I think it naturally is there. Naturally, you're going to have students that are going to have to describe the project that they want to work on in a proposal. They're going to have to get up in front of everybody and explain, hey, I want to build a garden outside. Here's what I need. And I think that giving them that real world experience and designing things that they write or things that they present, or communicate to others, and making it a real world experience, making it something that they could turn on a TED Talk and see the exact same thing done by somebody who's a 4-year-old, aerospace engineer, or turning on, CNN and seeing a debate about, this technology or that technology. Making those experiences real life is extremely important to making it work effectively.